Hey guys, welcome back to another build video, and this is the first one of the new season and one that I've been waiting for ever since testing it on the PTS. It uses one of the new modifiers called Spiced Up, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first read this modifier I thought, that sounds kinda dumb, I'm never gonna use that. But then I tried it and I instantly ate my own words, because this is the most fun modifier I've used of any season. It actually makes you super tanky, despite what it might sound like if you just read the modifier, and it lets you just absolutely mow down enemies in close range. This can make kill squads basically not even a thing because you're the kill squad, and when used at the right times, this can destroy anything in your path on Legendary. So with that, let's take a look. So the build is 4 pieces of Striker, the Coyote Mask, and the Turmoil knee pads. So this is a pretty typical Striker setup, it's just the modifier that takes this over the top. So I'm going with all red with this because when you're not using the modifier, I play from mid-range behind cover, so I don't really need that much armor, and when you use the modifier, it strips your armor anyway, so you might as well max your damage with all red cores. So for the backpack, the 2-piece is weapon handling, 3-piece rate of fire, 4-piece is Striker's Gamble. This basically gives you stacking weapon damage. Then this has weapon damage crit damage mod, and this has the talent risk management, which bumps your Striker's Gamble from 0.65% to 0.9%. Then for the gloves, weapon damage, crit damage, the chest, weapon damage, crit damage, and a crit chance mod. And this has the talent Press the Advantage, which increases Striker's Gamble from 100 to 200 stacks. Then for the holster, weapon damage, crit damage. Then for the mask, I'm using the Coyote Mask. This has weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and I have a crit chance mod on here. And this has the talent Pack Instincts, and this gives you crit chance and or crit damage based on how far you are from your target. So with the St. Elmo's, generally going to be in this 15 to 25 or 25 plus. And then when you use the active modifier, you're going to be in this 0 to 15 meter range. Then for the knee pads, I'm going with the Turmoil knee pads. This is 1 piece of Cheska. This gives 8% crit chance. This has weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage. And this has the talent Bewildered. So this splits 50% of your damage to another target. So on Legendary, this is super nice when I'm sitting at mid-range and just spraying enemies that stand out in the open, because it'll hit all the other enemies hiding behind cover. Then when you use the active modifier, you can also hit every enemy around you, even though you're hip firing at a single enemy that's super close to you. Then for the weapons, you can use whatever you want really. The St. Elmo's engine has just been pretty much my favorite weapon in the game since it was introduced. So because of that, it's only one of a few guns that I have this high in expertise. So it's level 28. This has assault rifle damage, health damage, damage targets out of cover. And this has the talent Actum Est. And this gives you an entire magazine of shock ammo after you land 100 shots. And the shock CC is just super helpful stunning enemies out in the open when they're trying to run and hide. Then for the secondary, I'm using an ACS-12 shotgun, and this is what I swap to when I hit the active modifier. So mine has 15 expertise in it. This has shotgun damage, damage to armor, and damage targets out of cover. And then I rolled the talent Killer on here. And then for the mods, I have 5% crit chance and 5% crit chance. Then for the skills, I'm using the Reviver Hive, basic Reviver Hive, no mods. Then for the second skill, it kind of depends on the mission. I usually use the decoy on a mission like Capitol Building, and I'll use either the decoy or the fixer drone on a mission like District Union. So for the decoy, this is tier 0, 15 expertise, and a duration mod. And if I was going to use the fixer drone, it would be also tier 0, 12 expertise, duration, and health mod. And then for the modifiers. So I'm using the active modifier Spiced Up. And I have this at level 5. And with this one, all your armor is stripped. For the duration of this modifier, you cannot aim down sights or repair armor. But in return, each successful hit on an enemy adds a stacking weapon damage bonus and recovers some health. So even though it strips your armor, you're going to get a ton of health. And this is going to make you super tanky, especially with the ACS-12. You're going to be shooting and hitting so fast that even if you take damage, you're going to be constantly healing yourself. So far using this on Heroic, doing the new Retaliation mode, I haven't even come close to dying while using this. And on Legendary, I've had a few close calls, but so far I have never died with this active modifier up. So I'm not sure what these stats were at level 1, but this is what they are at level 5. So 1900% health, 1% damage per stack, 90% reload speed, 20% movement speed. The duration is 20 seconds and the cooldown is 20 seconds. And then when you press the input again, which I actually haven't done, or when the timer ends, replenish armor proportional to your current health. So the duration of 20 seconds is kind of on the short side. On the PTS it was 50 seconds, which I actually liked better. But it also had a 60-second cooldown, so this shorter duration allows you to use it more often with a much lower cooldown. But because it's such a short duration, you do have to be very mindful about when it's going to deactivate. Because when it does deactivate, you don't want to be standing right in the center of a room with 15 enemies surrounding you while you're wearing an all-red build. So if you know the wave of enemies is going to be short, you can just run in guns blazing, and 20 seconds is plenty of time. But there's a lot of rooms that will take way longer than 20 seconds, so a lot of times you're just going to have to use the modifier, get in, shoot some stuff, and then run back out. Then for the passive modifiers, they're all very situational, so you can kind of use whatever you want and it doesn't really matter. But the one I would probably use for the rest of the entire season is Stepping Stone. So eliminating assaults with headshots adds hollow point ammo to your magazine. So this right here is going to be a huge damage boost whenever you get this. Then at least with this build, all the other passive modifiers are just kind of meh. So I'm just using Rupert's Tear and Keep Out. So now if we look at the stats, I have 57% crit chance, 144% crit damage. And then if I swap to my shotgun, 52% crit chance, 129% crit damage. And then 776,000 armor, 77,000 armor on kill. Then for the specialization, I'm using Gunner, mainly for this 10% armor on kill. And then whatever primary weapon you're using, make sure you have that selected here, and then make sure you have shotgun selected here. And I always like to remind this because if you mess with a lot of builds, it can be easy to forget that you had different guns selected here, like I did. So I had LMGs and rifles selected here, so all of the gameplay in this video would have been even stronger if I had the right gun selected. So that's the build, guys. Try it out, let me know what you think. What's your favorite modifier so far this season? Or if you haven't had a chance to play yet, which one are you looking forward to the most? Leave a comment down below. But anyway, I'll leave you with some gameplay with some retaliations and also some legendaries so you can see it in action. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Kill squad eliminated.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Heavily armored hostile detected. Heavily armored hostile detected. Detected. Serious trauma detected.
Coming up on you.
Immediate medical assistance needed. System malfunctioning. System back online. Serious trauma detected.
Bandidos, asshole!
System disrupted.
Tango is flanking us.
System reactivated.
Deploying the drone. Taking heavy.
Vital signs critical.
Hey! Patient!
Immediate medical assistance needed.